My name is Frank Stripling, and I attended Noonan High School from '72 until '75. When I was in high school, our freshman year was spent at Central High, which is now the CEC school, from '71 to '72.
What activities were you involved with when you were at Noonan?
I spent 3 years in Key Club, where I was the secretary all 3 years. I was involved in football as the trainer, or the water boy as some people call it. I wrestled my 9th and 10th grade years, and my senior year I was in chorus.
While you were there, do you recall any teachers that had a positive impact on your life and maybe helped you with opportunities later on?
Sure. I would say the teacher that I spent the most time with and had the best impression with was Richard Smith, because he was a consummate professional. You really couldn't addle him, and yet he was approachable. And he instilled a good moral value in you. A lot of the things that we did, he was the head of the Key Club organization as well. And a lot of things that he did involved volunteering with the Key Club, and just a great guy to have around as a teacher. I also worked with Max Bass with the football team for 3 years as the trainer, and he has such a drive and the leadership skills that he had, and yet he was a good friend at the same time. I still enjoy talking to Coach Bass. And thirdly, I would say Diane Williams, who is now Diane Cigarillo. I had chorus with her my senior year, and I knew nothing of music, could not read music. My family just didn't do music. And she found that I had a first tenor voice, which apparently is something that's difficult to find. She introduced me my senior year to Bain Dobbins at Jacksonville State University, where both my wife and I went to school, and I ended up with 2-year scholarship singing a cappella choir at Jacksonville State, which was a totally different venture from anything I'd ever enjoyed, and it was an amazing thing to be a part of an 80-member a cappella choir, and the quality of the singing was just phenomenal.
In your opinion, what makes Noonan High School a special place to go to school?
My family is 5 generations in Coweta County, and I think the history that's behind Noonan High School, my mother went to school there the first year that it opened, and the fact that there's so much pride here in Coweta County, the fact that we have the historic square, all of that gives a real sense of pride to be a part of Noonan High School. Plus the programs are top-notch at Noonan High School. The diversity of the programs has always been good, and the quality of the teachers that we have has always been good as well.
What did you go on to do after high school?
After high school, I went on to college at Jacksonville State University. I studied cartography, which is mapping, and once I graduated, I hired on at Delta Airlines, where I'm at my 29th year now, and worked at the airport for 2.5 years, which made for some great stories. Went on to the employment office for 15.5 years, where I hired entry-level mechanics and pilots until the towers were hit. And then I had a change of jobs after that and went to the reservations division, where I spent the last 11 years as a quality assurance analyst. And that's what I'm doing currently.